Good morning, everyone. It's Marla Copal, and I'm here today to talk about the forest of mixed messages that many of us hear when we are trying to become independent entrepreneurs. Most of the people that I connect with are either in the health professions or they are working network marketing businesses. And kudos to everyone who takes the initiative to be independent, self-employed, and moving forward. So without talking about the why that you are in these situations, these businesses, and these opportunities and challenges, let's talk about how you first got there. And some of you are still considering, do I want to dive into a network marketing business? What do I need to know? And how do I, and if you're really savvy, you're sitting there going, how do I find the road through the forest of options I'm hearing about all the time? So let me talk about this. I feel that I love business and I love doing business for many, many years. It's not a hobby for me, but sometimes the income and how the IRS looks at me might have been looking at it as a hobby. So some of those network marketing companies I've let go of because they were more of a hobby. I wanted it for myself, but I really wasn't going anywhere with them. And then there are a lot of people out there who love to throw this term around now called multiple streams of revenue, that we are all better off if we have multiple streams of revenue. But stop before you go there. That's one of those multi-sided swords of sounds good, but how do you implement? How do you get going? So if you think of all these mixed messages as looking as bushy as this forest does, it is hard to find that little path that you see sitting there. What is good for you? What is best for you? How are you going to decide what it is that's going to allow you to be productive, positive, and successful with running your network marketing business or improving the revenue flow into your health practice? So I've seen and handled a lot of conversations in the last year, and as I tried to sort them and put them in place for today, it was a little challenging because they started colliding in my head. But sometimes I'm going to pick on one situation. People buy products, they go, oh, my clients would like that, but then they let it sit on the shelf and they don't market it. So my tip in the many mixed messages that people have within network marketing as a multiple revenue stream to their practice is, does it integrate? Does that product integrate as a protocol? Well, what do I mean a protocol? Does it work? Can you put it on prior to the session and improve the level of massage? Or is it something that would allow the massage results to last longer afterwards? Could you put that on them? Or are you only offering them something where a little dab will do it, like a little touch of this, a little tip of this under the tongue, whatever? Those could be Band-Aids. So what is it that you're offering? You can help people really make a lifelong change towards their better self. Everybody's into self-care, but what we have to look at when we're choosing side products or adjunct products for our business is, are we looking at them and we have to carry stock and then we realize later on they didn't move? So that's where the mixed message about multiple revenue streams can get everybody bogged down, and they go, the concept of multiple revenue streams didn't work. Well, that's not necessarily the case. It can, but it has to have a plan. It has to have a strategy, and it has to be able to integrate with what you're doing. So the concept isn't bad. The implementation of concept needs support, thought, and a lot of counterintuitive measures sometimes. But I'll talk about that more later because I'm opening up this conversation for a few days. So Sometimes people feel a little gnarly about, hey, I made these choices and now they're cluttering my shelf. Or you're someone who's doing network marketing at home. You've tried 3 already and you don't know if this one's good. You're tired of beating up all of your friends and your family to join you. But how did you make your choice in the first place? Do you just need $200 a month? Or are you hoping to leave a legacy for your family? Both of those take different strategies and heightened strategies and a lot of awareness to make them happen. So just because somebody promises you that it works this way does not make it so. So assessment of self is important in all of these situations. And so before you get too gnarly, let me back up just a bit. That wasn't where I was going, but I'm going to get there in a minute. Where did this concept of multiple revenue streams come about? Well, if you're in investments, people want to get dividends. They want to get a paycheck. They might invest in property to get rents. They want to write a book or get a patent and earn some royalties. And then they have other assets like jewelry that they want to see increase in value, or art. And then one of the 7 revenue streams is always profit. You don't want to just acquire stuff and not have something be cash outable. And then you want to earn interest. So now people have transitioned this concept of multiple streams of revenue over into small businesses. But what nobody's focused on is when and at what point do you need more leads to make that work? Do you need more time to make that work? Do you need more planning to make that work? Or should you just say, no, I can't integrate that at this moment. So before I add one more thing, it is time to understand what I'm going for, what am I in alignment with, and what do I need to produce. I actually feel businesses fall apart if your sole goal for going into the business was to make money. That is not a strong enough alignment to keep you hanging in there during the gnarly times. So why do I bring all of this up? I'm going to talk about this for the next few days because I see many, many friends turning into great marketers of one product because they're a cheerleader. It personally works for them, but they're not able to share it with others because they don't see a bigger picture of how it fits into additional lifestyles. So that's where we get the forest over here on the left. I was at Outward Bound once, and I'm on a solo on an island, and I've got the ocean out here and a little bit of beach and rocks, and I had to find a place to camp in amongst the trees, but actually the trees were thicker than these aspen were. So I actually could not walk across this small island because I could not squeeze between the trees. So sometimes the choices in our life are like these tightly standing trees. So let's clear the space. And in that forest of mixed messages that you're possibly experiencing, how many revenue streams should I have? What integrates well with my practice? If I am a single mother at home, what is the business that I can use and not feel like it's just a wart over here on my hands, like, oh, I got to go do this business now. So all of those things and more go on for people. So if you want to get out of the forest of mixed messages, it's time for us to have a chat. And what I want you to do is to go look at my Facebook profile because I have an offer there for you for free 4 tips on prospecting, if that is one of your issues. I have another one that will be posted tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow and listen. But it's a forest of mixed messages, but you can truly have that path on the right, where it's a clear road, you can see clearly across the fields, you do see where you're going on the horizon. And let's get out of the forest, let's chat, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.